Is the Coolpad Legacy a good phone for you? Well, in this video, we're going to find out. Follow me on Instagram at KevinBreezeTV. Please join the Kevin Breeze Tech community on Facebook to chat about budget smartphones, ask questions, and help others. Hi everyone, this is Kevin here, coming at you with my review video of the Coolpad Legacy. Now, in the past, Coolpad hasn't really been putting out the most exciting devices ever. For the most part, they've been specializing in lower-end Android devices for mostly prepaid carriers, at least in the US. Now, that's changed with the Coolpad Legacy. This device is available at Metro by T-Mobile and Boost Mobile at the moment, and it's super solid. Now, it still does come in at an affordable price tag, but despite its affordable price, this is a very good and capable phone. Now, I highly suggest that you go over to the Boost Mobile and Metro by T-Mobile websites to see the current pricing and offers for the Coolpad Legacy, because it's always changing. But at least over at Metro, the retail price at the moment is $179.99, and you can actually get this phone for $29.99 when you switch into the carrier and pay the taxes and activation fee. So regardless, you're going to get a really good deal on this phone. Now, at the moment, this is not available factory unlocked, but I really hope Coolpad does offer a factory unlocked version of this phone in the future, because I think it would be a really hot seller. Now, the device features a 6.36-inch display, coming in at 1080p, and the screen itself features an 18:9 aspect ratio. So it's a super good looking display, it has really excellent colors, and overall the phone is pretty big, but that's a good thing, especially if you do a lot of web browsing and you watch videos, whether that's YouTube or Netflix or somewhere else, or if you're really into social media, you're going to be able to see your Instagram photos on this phone with really good clarity and colors. So as far as the display goes, it's amazing. You can see close up here how crispy it truly is, and there really are no compromises with this display. Now, the device doesn't feature a notch on the top, and you can see overall it does have decently thick bezels on the top and bottom, but that is one of the compromises that goes along with getting a phone at a budget price tag. But overall, I think the phone still has a really good looking design, and it is stylish. Now up top here, we have a 13 megapixel front facing camera, and you'll see in a little bit some samples from that camera. Then on the back side, we actually have a dual camera setup here with 16 and 5 megapixel cameras, and you do get portrait mode with this, which is pretty awesome. Now, there is no portrait mode with the front-facing camera, which is a bit unfortunate, but the portrait mode on the back looks good. The device features 32 gigabytes of internal storage with the ability to expand that storage with a microSD card. Now, there is no wireless charging with this phone, but we do have a fingerprint sensor on the back, and it actually works really well. So we'll try that out right now, and you can see how quickly it was able to unlock the phone. Now, the location of the fingerprint sensor is also very convenient. It's pretty much right where my finger rests. So Coolpad did a great job with that placement. The device itself features 3 gigabytes of RAM and a Qualcomm Snapdragon 450 processor. Now, it's always great to see 3 gigs of RAM, and I certainly would have even preferred to see 4 on here, but the Qualcomm Snapdragon 450 doesn't necessarily have the best reputation out there. It is the same processor that the LG Stylo 5 has, but overall I would have preferred to see something a little bit better. The good news though is that Coolpad has done a great job at optimizing the software to run really quickly on this phone. It's super snappy and super quick, so actually even though this phone does have that Snapdragon 450, you're going to get really good performance with it. So whether that's navigating around the phone or browsing the web or doing anything like that, you're going to have a really smooth experience overall. So I really appreciate how Coolpad seemed to have gone out of their way to make sure that the software was really optimized for the hardware, because they really did do an outstanding job. Now, video recording maxes out at 1080p at 30 frames per second on this phone, and it features a 4000 mAh internal battery, and it's actually quick charge compatible with Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0. The software on the Coolpad Legacy is Android 9 Pie, which is the latest version of Android. Now that we've gone over the specifications of the Coolpad Legacy, let's take a closer look at the hardware itself. So I kind of already went over the front here. We have no notch at the top. We have that 1080p display coming in at 6.36 inches. And overall, the device just looks really sleek and stylish. Now, it does feature a plastic build on the back. So this is plastic, but it has a nice shiny glossy look on the back, and overall looks really nice. Now, we do have the Coolpad logo down there in the middle, And the phone does pick up a decent amount of fingerprints, but still looks good. Running along the side is a piece of plastic. This is not metal, so again, another compromise that comes with getting a budget smartphone, but it still feels really sturdy and of good quality. And even if you paid the $179.99 retail price for this phone, which you're most likely not gonna have to pay, the quality feels even better than that. Now on the right side, we have the volume rocker and power button. On the left side, we have the slot for the micro SD card and SIM card. On the top of the phone, we have the 3.5mm headphone jack and noise canceling microphone. And on the bottom, we have the speaker, microphone, and USB-C port. Somebody asked on a previous video that I put out whether or not this device has a removable battery, and the answer to that is no. The battery is sealed inside, and that's pretty common nowadays with most smartphones. Some really amazing promos for July of 2019? Well, in this video, we're going to be talking all about that. So let's get started. This device is really good for watching video content. As you saw there, that video was able to play really clearly on the phone. And one of the things that especially surprised me with the Coolpad Legacy is the speaker. Now, of course, you're not going to get as good of speaker quality as you might be able to get with a flagship phone like an iPhone or the Galaxy S10, but it still has a really good sounding speaker. So if you plan on watching video content without plugging in your headphones or anything like that, then you're still going to have a really good experience because it does have a good speaker. I like how Coolpad gives us a relatively stock Android experience. Of course, based on the carrier that you buy this from, you are going to get some bloatware. So for this version of the phone, which is the Metro by T-Mobile version, we have a lot of Metro applications. And actually that's about it. Other than that, Metro hasn't even pre-installed a whole lot of stuff on here. So that's really awesome. But like I said, I'm hoping that Coolpad puts out a factory unlocked version of this phone. Preferably, I'd like them to sell it on Amazon, and I'd hope that it would work on all 4 US carriers, including AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, and Sprint. So if they do that, then you probably won't get any bloatware at all. But the thing is that the software here is mostly a stock experience. So if you really like stock Android, then you're going to like the Coolpad Legacy quite a bit. Now the cameras on this device are definitely good enough for the price. That being said, I am slightly disappointed with the cameras. I feel like things could have been a little bit better, especially in video mode. I thought the microphone wasn't necessarily that great and didn't seem to pick up that clear of audio. But like I said, for the price tag, this is more than good enough. And I don't think it's fair to compare the cameras on this phone to the cameras that you'd find on an iPhone. But overall, pictures look pretty decent and they're certainly usable. And you could definitely share them on social media and people wouldn't laugh at you for them being bad. So I suppose that's good enough. Let's now cut over to some video samples. Hi everyone, I'm doing a video here with the Coolpad Legacy at 1080p. Let me know what you think of the quality. We're over here at Camelback Mountain in Phoenix. And that is downtown Phoenix, way out there. Hi everyone, this is Kevin here doing a test video with the front-facing camera from the Coolpad Legacy. Now, the sun is pretty bright right now at this time of day, but overall, the quality is really awesome. Now I want to hear your opinions, so let me know in the comment section below. Wait, do it again, Judy, one more time. So let me know what you think of the photo and video quality from the phone. Like I said, I think it could have been maybe a little bit better, but still good enough considering that this is a very affordable and inexpensive phone. So overall, I'm a big fan of the Coolpad Legacy. I think my favorite thing about this phone definitely has to be the display and the performance. So the performance is a big deal because you don't want a phone to be really slow and laggy, and that's certainly not a problem with the Coolpad Legacy. Like I mentioned before, I was a little bit worried when I saw that this phone was going to have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 450 processor, but thankfully Coolpad did a really good job at optimizing the performance, so this phone runs really nice and quick. The display looks amazing on here. It looks like the kind of display you'd find on a flagship phone, and that's really outstanding. And even the cameras, even though I was a little harsh on them, are good enough with this phone. So overall, I definitely recommend the Coolpad Legacy, and like I said, I'd love to see them offer this phone factory unlocked on Amazon because I think it would sell really well. And if they end up doing that, then I'll definitely buy that version of the phone and make a lot of videos about it as well. But I hope you enjoyed this review of the new Coolpad Legacy. Let me know what you think of the phone in the comment section below, and let me know whether or not you have the phone already or if you plan on buying it in the future. But this is Kevin here, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.